I'm Michelle Fields for PJTV, and we're here today at the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation Conference in Washington, D.C., where members of Congress and civil rights leaders discuss the challenges facing the African American community and how to get African Americans more involved in the political process.
Our theme for this gathering could not be more timely. Voting for change and equal opportunity, midterm elections, and the state of Black America. It says to us that when election time rolls around this November, we'll be voting not only for politicians, but also for policies that will determine our way of life for years to come.
Voting really is the language of democracy, guys. If you don't vote, you don't count. That's number one. Number two, voting should be a nonpartisan issue. It's a national issue. But the truth is, partisanship, and particularly a corrosive, toxic kind of partisanship, has subverted the right to vote and democracy as we know it.
The powers that be have always understood the promise and the strength of the black vote if it is exercised. In our hands, we have the seed of our own liberation.
Amen.
And we do not use it. Now, Jeff, you talk about what gets us out there, what is it that we can do, what's the organization? No. We got out there and voted for Barack Obama in 2008.
Big time. Big time.
What did that? We got out there because what we do, we vote for people. We don't vote for issues. And in Barack Obama, we had the issue and the person combined so we could come out.
That's right.
Well, more than anything else, the decision of the United States Supreme Court and local state officials all across America, not just in the southern states, have made a deliberate effort to take us back to another period. And we must stand up and fight and push by going to the polls and vote like we never voted before.
If we don't vote, believe it or not, they are going to file articles of impeachment against our president. If we don't vote, the street in front of your house is not going to get fixed. If we don't vote, we're going to have hungry children across this country.
What we find is that after 2008 and 2012, when the black vote set historic numbers, that Republicans went on the offense and they said, we got to stop this. And so they've been playing offense for the last 4 years. And they've been going after that vote, not by trying to persuade you not to vote, by not making it possible for you to vote.
Right.
We know, Jeff, that for every one of us who knows that November 4th is election day, that 4 other people have no idea, not a clue. Not a clue. Our duty is to create the massive microphone to get the word out to every single person we know. My mother's 83 years old. She will be on the phone calling everybody in our family saying, honey child, are you registered?
So guys, come on now, be real. We know that your vote is always sought at election time, but there is no infrastructure on the part of the National Party to support organizing in the black community. Now, hey, I'm not here in a partisan role. I'm not here to extol one party or the other. I am saying our interests should determine how we cast our vote.
Black people should be known as the most politically active folk in this nation. When they look at us and we over 18, they ought to automatically know that we are voters.
Self-preservation is human nature. And so when they have finally realized that 45% of the vote of the Democratic Party is minority, then they pay attention.
During the 60s, we didn't have a website. We didn't know anything about the internet. Facebook? We didn't have a fax machine.
That's right.
We had an old mimeograph machine. And we brought about a nonviolent revolution.
Yes, sir.
A revolution of values, a revolution of ideas. I think in many of our communities, we're just too darn quiet.
So we are saying to the Democratic Party, all 3 houses of the Democratic Party, you better pay attention to us. because if you don't, everybody loses. If we win, everybody wins. If we lose, everybody loses when black folk don't vote.
Yeah.
The vote, if we want to change Ferguson and other places, we got to use the vote. It's the most powerful, nonviolent tool we have in a democratic society. And we fail to use it, we're going to go backward.
Reporting in Washington, D.C., I'm Michelle Fields for PJTV.